Hello, everyone. This is Uncle Louis Podcast, episode 30, bringing you with a podcast after so long. I feel like a more proper one this time. Just bringing in some little bit of familiarity to everyone. Like I meant, take a break from all of the music stuff for a bit, just because, well, I felt like making a podcast and getting back to it. So hopefully this little podcast bit takes off. Maybe a little bit better than the last time. I don't know. You be the judge of that, right? But we are here. We are here into episode 30 after I'm trying to remember exactly. I was trying to remember how long it's been since I created the first episode. Like, even though it doesn't feel like it at the moment for, you know, at all in general, it it is a special episode to me, even though it doesn't feel like it, because it is the 30th episode, and because I don't make these like I used to. I don't make them as often as I used to. I'll add one every once in a blue moon now, but back when I first started making these podcasts, I want to say it was either in 2017 or 2018, maybe 2019, but I'm pretty sure I already started making them. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure I started making them already in 2018 for sure. But I was more enthusiastic about it. I thought there would definitely be more. How do I say it? I thought there would be more that I could do with it, just because when you start something, you have dreams, and that's exactly what because I was thinking for a good while, what could what could my topic be for today? At least a theme, right? A theme that'll put all of this together in some way, because I go off on a crap load of tangents, and I need something to bring me back, all right? And mind you, I was thinking for a good while. Again, it goes to show how long it's been. Before, I used to come up with a topic or a theme like that, but not today, because I realized it's the 30th episode from a series that I don't really do much anymore. And you know what? I want to pay some respect, because this was definitely more of a passion project for me when it started. And over time, it was just like, you know what? I like doing it. It's fun. And so, with this in mind, I'm going to title it New Dreams, or Dreams in general. Dreams, aspirations, however you want to call them. And funny thing is that throughout the years, right? One of my dreams has been, obviously, to, like, given some of the content that I make, I want to be a musician, a successful touring musician, just to some extent, right? But to be able to get paid to perform, but that hasn't happened. Actually, far from it. That hasn't really gotten me anywhere. So, that's why I put this stuff up, because I'm just hoping that someone somewhere will listen to it and think, wow, this guy's pretty good, or decent or something. Or he's got an interesting take on this kind of melody, or this kind of uh, vocal melody or guitar melody, whatever, right? But one of my other dreams was to be part of, like, well, now we would call it a podcast, but kind of to be like a newscaster maybe, or an announcer of some sort, like on a show. Like, I would love to do that. And yes, and if you noticed, my voice does sound a little bit different, or maybe a lot. Last week I got sick with, uh, I don't know what to call it, because it's not really a cold, because I didn't get any fever or anything like that, but I got, like, really bad congestion, and a lot of, like, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of mucus in my throat, and it was like stuck on there. So, you know, it kind of, my voice got super raspy and very, very, very deep for a while. Not saying that I don't like it. I love it. I sound amazing. And it's kind of funny because some of my coworkers, they were like, "Hey, man," well, at least some of the ones that I haven't seen for a while, because I've had quite a few days off from work. So you know, they barely got to see me the last couple of days or so, and they're like, "Hey, man, why do you sound so like, you okay? You sound different." And it's like, I'm like, "Yeah, no, it's," and I tell them, I got sick last week, and it was like, I got sick during my days off, which sucks ass, but at least, you know, at least I'm not spreading it or anything, right? But this is kind of the side effect of it, is my voice kind of stayed in this lower register. You know, truth be told, I have some suspicion that maybe this is exactly how my voice is supposed to sound, because of all the gunk that I got rid of from my throat, or all the mucus that got expelled from my throat. So I don't know. For all I know, this is legitimately how my voice is supposed to sound. Because there was a point in time, before I started doing things that I shouldn't have, where my voice kind of did sound like this. Not exactly like this, but very, very close. And then my voice kind of started changing differently. And so I don't know, maybe this is just all that crap from many years ago getting out, cleared out, or whatever, right? But or I could have just gone through another puberty. I swear, I feel like I go through so many puberties every couple of years. It's like I get taller, or my voice gets a little deeper, or like, you know, I grow more facial hair or something, man. Like, I swear to God, I think I'm the definition of practically a late bloomer or something, because damn. but yeah, new dreams. I wanted to be a newscaster, an announcer of some sort, and maybe if I keep this voice, I might actually have a very good shot of that. I always, I was, I was having some fun with some coworkers of mine yesterday at work, and I was telling them, "Look, man, watch this, watch this. You want to see something funny?" And I told them, "Okay, what is the #1 reliability in the market? You got me. You gotta have. If you're a Texas grown boy, you gotta have that Ford F-150. When you need something that gets you from point A to point B, look no further than reliability. What name? Ford. What model? F-150. When you need a truck or brand you can trust, Ford F-150's got your back." I don't know. I had so much fun with that because I've always wanted to have that kind of register, to be able to do those kind of commercials like professionally, right? And my hair's everywhere. It's windy outside. It's very, very windy. For any of you that either are residents of Texas or are planning to go to Texas, either through visit or through staying, I want you to know it's very windy sometimes, like randomly. And it can be like subtle, or it can be like stupid strong. So today is one of those like, meh, it's not too bad. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with this voice, and quite frankly, this is the voice of success to me. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. This is what I think of when someone mentions, like, it's like, wow, like, you got a voice for, you know, to do something more, right? And that's what I keep hearing at work too. They always tell me, like, man, you should be in like radio, or even before I got sick, but they would always tell me, like, you have a voice for radio, or like a talk show host or something like that. And you know, I wish, right? I really do wish. I feel like I'm very good at like improvising, so I feel like I'd be pretty good at just like trying to talk to people on the spot, you know, just having fun with it, right? Or doing some kind of like little bits of comedy. I'm not the funniest guy in the world, though, I'll admit, I'm not. But, you know, sometimes you just, in the moment, like you do, right? You do. You don't think about it. You just do. The funny finds you. You don't find the funny finds you. It picks you, it selects you. It's like a special selection in like a Hunger Games-esque style where it's like you have many choices in front of you, of many of which probably won't do you any good, but if you're lucky, if you're very, very lucky, you might be able to have that one decision that changes your life for the better, that adds more quality. The funny might be able to defeat all the other stupid options that are out there for you that won't help you, and the funny wins, and it brings you the gold, which is life, and that's where you get comedy. Sometimes. But yeah, I will say this though, in case anybody important ever like watches this, I would definitely like to do more like entertainment based stuff, you know, like radio or podcasts, or being part of a group like a news type of thing. Even though I don't like news, but just for the voice, and if anything, like, hey, I'd be willing to cut my hair, look real nice, put on a suit and tie because I love suit and ties. Oh, okay. I thought there was somebody coming my way, but I guess not. That's good. It's just a lot of dogs. But yeah, if anybody important out there is watching this, I want you to know that I definitely I'd be very interested in doing, I don't know, those kind of projects. Or like one thing I've really wanted to do for a while, not that long, but more than 10 years, right? I've wanted to do voice acting, like professional voice acting for like a cartoon or an anime or something. Like I would love to do that, just because you know, even though this was just one time where I've heard it, but this kind of compliment meant the world to me. Someone once told me as a compliment, right? They're like, man, you know who you remind me of? You remind me of Robin Williams, because of all like the voices that I would do, and just how different I would change, and you know, the reactions and all that, and I don't know, just in a small sense, just be animated, very animated. And I would say this: if I was to be chosen for an anime, I would love to be a villain, like either a fun villain or a bad villain. I don't care. I would just love to play a villain. Whoa. Hold on. Hey. Don't mind the car. It's off in the distance. I can't see anything, but well. I'm near a water treatment plant. This thing, I was here like last week, and this thing was dead, practically bone dry, and now it's super packed. I wonder where all the water came from. Probably from up north or something. I don't know. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, I'd love to play a villain. Just, I don't know, a fun animated villain. Or if you want me to be a full-on evil villain, I can try. I don't know. I've always felt like maybe I could be a villain. Part of me also wants to be a hero, just to see if I could even work as a hero. I know if I had to pick like a genre of hero, I feel like I don't know. I want to say probably a more serious hero, but I think I'd probably crack up too much. But who knows? I'm always up for a challenge, right? But yeah, if anybody out there, anybody important, I'd love to do those kind of things. And if you enjoy my voice, or if you like the way I look, or whatever, or can see potential in me, I'd love to. Whoa. Love to hear from you. I don't know, but that's that. But yeah, dreams, new dreams, right? Because this is the 30th episode special. And in this special, and I'm sorry if I got the angles all weird, it's because it's offset, it's not perfectly centered, because then I'd be touching buttons with this phone holder thingy, this phone holder apparatus. But yeah, I rarely film. I don't really film with my camera, with my phone much anymore, because I have like so many different like video recording devices, but like I don't really use them. Yeah. No, I recently bought an iPad 9th gen. I don't know. They like, I found it on sale. Like, it was a good sale, brand new, by the way, brand new. Because almost everywhere other than the place where I got it from, everywhere else they were selling it for like 340, I think, which was kind of like the price that you pay for it even through the Apple website. That's how much they're selling it for now. But, and now we switch and we go forward. But yeah, like every other store had it for about that price, like 339, 340-ish, not including tax, right? But Walmart of all places. They're not sponsoring me, but I'm just letting y'all know. Sometimes Walmart's got the good deals. You just have to look for them, right? Or you have to be lucky enough to come across them, just casually browsing. That's how I come across a lot of my deals that I find for like different things. I just come across them casually, and it's just the stars align. What can I tell you, man? The stars align. But yeah, it was everywhere else it was $339, and Walmart had it for $250 or $249.99, not including tax. With tax, it was like $270. So again, significantly cheaper, practically $100 cheaper. But it's just for like the Wi-Fi only. But again, the other places that were offering the same product, model, and everything, the exact same, it was $100 more. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get it. And the thing is I think I know why. Because it's a trend I've been noticing for like the last couple of months, especially since like, for me, since December that I've noticed it. But a lot of places, not every place, but places maybe like Walmart, right? As an example, because I've seen it only in Walmart really. But I think that there are places like Walmart that they have an excess amount of products, right? Of inventory, I should say, where they were like, maybe it's like, let's use the iPad 9th gen as an example. Like, even though they're still making more 9th gen iPads, right? They have older manufactured models from when it first came out, right? So let's say they have iPads 9th gen from that were made in like 2021, around that time. They still have them. And I'm assuming the reason why they're so cheap is because they're trying to get rid of that stock so they can order brand new stock of that same item. It's going to be the exact same. It's just manufactured. It's some more recently manufactured, which doesn't make that big of a difference, but I guess you can call it newer. But since the other stuff was never taken out of the packaging, it's still brand new. Well, the point is they're trying to get rid of old stock to make way for new stuff. And what do when they can't sell something? You reduce the price and hope someone picks it up, like me. That's how I got lucky with the iPad for getting it $100 cheaper than anywhere else. And that's also how I got lucky with the Xbox Series X. Funny enough, I was thinking about it, and like, it was like an afterthought because I already had a PS5, right? And I was like, I'm good. Like, I got a PS5. Like, that's fucking best. And then randomly, I remember this morning. It was, I think, like December 5th, because I actually have so what happened was, I woke up, right? Woke up in the morning, whatever. I had the day off. I didn't work that day. And I was like, you know what? Let me see. Because I usually on my days off, sometimes, not always, but sometimes, I like to go out and see what I can find, right? If it's something cool, like a DVD set, because I'm trying to collect physical media, but that's a topic for a whole different podcast. If you want to know about it, if you want me to talk about the physical media stuff and the reason why I'm collecting it or trying to collect it, let me know in the comments down below, and maybe the next podcast will definitely be about that. But sometimes I'll try to look every once in a while to see if there's something worth going to take a look at, or purchasing, right? And I just so happened to come across, I was like, let me see what's available for the gaming stuff. Maybe there's like a controller on sale, because PS5 controllers are notorious for never actually being cheap. They're stupid expensive and they never go on sale. And if they do, it's like a couple of dollars, and it's not really much of a difference. But I looked at it, and then I came across this little this bit in the video game section that said Xbox Series X for $350. And I was like, what? $350? Aren't they? And I tried to check other websites. Sorry, running out of air. And I checked other websites, right, about, like what the price is, because I know it's like, it was PlayStation's kind of competitor, so I'm like, it can't be cheap. And normally, at least at that time, the price was like around $500 for it. And I'm like, wow, that's a huge reduction, because from 500 to 350, not including tax, right? Before tax. But for 350, that's a steal, man. That was the only good deal, because last year, I'll tell you this much, last year there were no deals, like nothing that was any, like there was nothing that was actually on sale, if that makes sense. And I've mentioned this on, like, I feel like I've mentioned this in previous years, or a previous year, about like the whole deals thing, and how they realistically, like whenever they put like Black Friday or whatever, or whatever, those type of sales, they always increase the price, and they just give a ridiculous low like they say, oh, it's on sale like 60% off or 50% off or whatever, when in fact it's been the same price the whole year. They just increase the price and say, oh, we gave it like 60% off, and it's like, no, you didn't. It's the same price it was the week before when it wasn't on sale. It's a marketing gimmick. And again, that's nothing new, because, and especially last year, I know a lot of businesses, big corporation businesses, got a lot of crap for it from people, because it went viral, because people started, showing the price, and the fact that, hey, look, there's this tag behind the Black Friday behind the Black Friday little paper that said the pricing. That was the original price, and it's the same. There's no difference. The only difference is the other one just says 70% off, but it says regular price is significantly higher. So whatever. The point is it's a scam. It is a scam. And last year, in my opinion, there were no good deals anywhere when it came to anything. Everything was stupid expensive, and things are still expensive. I'm not gonna lie, they still are, very much so. Sorry for the wind, but whatever. It's nature. It can't fix nature. But there were no sales, no good sales, and so for me, when I saw the Series X on sale for $350. I don't know what came over me. It was just like automatic, where I was like, oh, I gotta buy it. Boom. And I bought it. I bought it that day. Like, I probably spent like 10 minutes thinking about it, and then I purchased it. And I even told a friend of mine who is more of an Xbox player, because that's my first Xbox. I've always kind of been more on the PlayStation. I've always been a PlayStation player for the most part. I had the PS4, and then a few years ago, and then last year I barely got the PS5 for my birthday, as a birthday present to myself. And so, I was always on that Sony team, but then I was like, you know what? I can afford it. Like, I can. Why not? Let me spoil myself a little bit. So I bought it. And yeah, my first Xbox is the Series X, which is pretty badass. And I got it on a great deal too, because that deal didn't last long. I think it was for like 2 days that deal went on, and then they took it off, because again, goes behind what I was saying earlier, where Walmart was, and it was from Walmart too, Walmart was trying to sell old inventory to make way for new stuff. And so they're just trying to get rid of whatever they had left. And the good thing is that for me, they didn't really advertise this to people. Like, you basically had to be looking at the prices for those specific items or come across them. Otherwise, you wouldn't have known, because they didn't tell you anything in the store. There were no stickers, or there were no tags to indicate that was on sale for that price. You just had to basically be lucky enough to come across it via their online app or through their website, and you had to be kind of looking for gaming stuff, and maybe you would have gotten it like I did. But they didn't advertise it. It was just like a silent sale, which are always the best ones, I'm starting to learn. But yeah, so last year, no good deals, and I don't know, I got to experience everything. I will say this though, the first game I tried to play, the reason I got the Xbox was because I wanted to play Halo, because I've never played a full Halo game. I used to play multiplayer on Halo 3 with my cousin, but that was years ago, and that was just like against each other, like 1v1 type of stuff, and like the team, the deathmatch stuff, and even a bit on the Halo 2 side, but again, against each other. But I've never fully played the Halo games, and you know, I tried, and I got motion sickness so bad that I played it one time for 20 minutes and never touched it again. At least not that game. I could play other games, but I can't play the Halo series. The Master Chief Collection. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's and I messed with the settings to try to like decrease motion, increase the FOV. Nothing helped. So sadly, I will probably never be able to play the Halo games like that. Maybe if I ever get a PC, but I fucking hate PC players, so hell no. I'm strictly a console player. Or maybe I might be able to play it if I get a smaller screen, because I have I have a what was it? I think I have a 55-inch TV, so I, you know, I plug it in through that. So I'll probably need to get a smaller screen to not get motion sickness, but even so, we'll see. But yeah. Man, despite all the talking, this has actually been a very nice day. It's very nice weather outside too. It's very calm, relaxed. It's breezy, but like in the best way possible. Like this breeze is very refreshing. It's very, very refreshing. I don't know. If any of you have watched some of my like I think it was 2 episodes ago. Yeah, I think it was either 1 or 2 episodes ago where I talked about how I was, I wasn't feeling very good. Well, I was feeling better than how I was like a year and a half to 2 years ago. And that I was like kind of still iffy about it, but still feeling better. Like this is, right now it's like, I feel practically normal. Like I feel normal. I don't feel any of that BS stuff, any of that other stuff that I felt in the past. If anything, right now, because I feel so good, the normal aches and pains from from just life, I guess, finally caught up to me. You know, like sometimes my lower back will be in pain because of my job, because I'm standing all day, or my arms will start hurting because of my job, because of what I do. I move a lot. I move a lot around a lot, so you know, my arms get very, very like very used up and exhausted. My joints hurt sometimes, but again, normal wear and tear from having a job that requires a little bit of physical, you know, some physical stuff. And yeah, my shoulder will sometimes hurt, but again, this is all normal stuff. Like, yeah, just a little like normal, regular aches and pains that are like specific just because you're getting older, you're using your body too much, repetitive motion, all this yada 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 stuff. For any of you youngsters watching, enjoy the early to mid 20s, because once you get closer to 30 like I am, your body will start aching and you're not going to like those aches. And a specific warning to all of you people who do a lot of cardio, and I mean like actual cardio, like you run. For any of you that run or jog a lot, like I used to, because I used to jog hours a day, hours and hours a day. Back in like, man, that was many years ago, but collectively, I would always be doing cardio because it was my pastime, and it was also kind of my outlet, because I would always be like angry. I had my reasons for being so angry in the past, and that was how I dealt with it, and that's how I cleared, like that's how I focused and went into my Zen mode and relaxed. I just exercised and I just ran, because that was the easiest thing to do. It didn't require me to buy anything, and I could do it as much as I wanted to. And you know, I will say, as long as my body let me, right? And it was good for me. But my warning to all of you people like me who did a lot of cardio is, Just if you're gonna do it, like no matter what, you can't escape it. If you do a lot of cardio over time, you're gonna wear out your joints. No matter what anybody says, you're going to wear out your joints. You're gonna wear out your knees, and if you do it through most of your mid to late teens, most of your 20s, by the time you're going close to 30, your knees are going to hurt. Your legs are gonna hurt. They're gonna ache for the most part. Um, and yeah, you're just gonna have a lot of aches, and your knees are you're gonna spend your knees. That's how I think that's the best way to put it. You're gonna spend your knees quite a bit when you start running. But again, that's just the body. The body doesn't last forever, you know, and I'm okay with it. Especially since I haven't really been running lately. I've just been like walking every once in a while. So I imagine my body's kind of recovering quite a bit from the lack of intense physical exercise because of what I've kind of been going through the last like almost 2 years. So, if anything, I probably gave my body the break that it really wanted. Um, but yeah, and as far as going back to our topic, right, in terms of new dreams, what are my new goals, right? Because right now I have a degree, but I have no intention of pursuing the profession that degree entails. So that's out, right? I have it though. I have the degree for whatever reason, whatever is that worth nowadays, which is practically not much. Uh, so yeah, I'm not gonna do that because the only thing I could do with that degree is be a teacher of some sort, and I don't want to be a teacher. For any of you who are teachers or who know people who are teachers, you know why nobody wants to be a teacher anymore. There's no need to explain that one. If anything, probably maybe like the end of this year or early next year, like around this time next year, I'm probably going to depending how I perform later on this year in terms of like more intense physical tasks, like exercises and whatnot. If everything goes well, I'm probably going to go somewhere pretty far just to get a better look for better work because I really don't want to. I don't want to keep doing what I'm working. I don't want to work where I'm at right now, just because I feel like I've kind of hit a ceiling, and it's just. Some of you out there know it's just sometimes certain jobs aren't exactly very fulfilling. And I mean, it's not a bad job. It's a good job. Like it definitely pays. I make a lot more than most people anywhere make. That's the thing. It's not about the money. It just doesn't feel fulfilling. Like I feel so empty and soulless. Like for any of you out there, like obviously you're gonna tell me like, hey, suck it up, man. You're making enough money. Like you're fairly comfortable. Again, I don't have a lot, but I'm not starving or anything. Like I'm paying my bills on time. I have a little bit of extra cash. Not a lot, very little bit. But if like an emergency ever happened, I'm screwed because I don't have any extra income on the side for anything. There's no money for it. It's plain and simple. Everything's gotten so expensive to the point where it's like you unless you're making like above 50,000 a year or something, you're not gonna have money lying around. And I don't have kids. I don't have a wife. I don't have a girlfriend. So I can't like, especially with like if you have kids, people with kids, they get them as their tax write-off or whatever. So they get like thousands of dollars for the kid because of the kids. So it's like I don't got that. So no money there. I'm still single, so I consider that a kind of a good thing because I can't imagine being in a relationship right now. I mean, yes and no. Like, it would be nice to experience it and to see what it's like, but I don't know. I feel like, given the type of person that I am, and the fact that I'm not a big gift giver or gift receiver. Like I don't like receiving things from people, and it's just for me. It's just a personal thing because I don't like being indebted to anybody. I really don't. Like I hate it. I hate the idea of it. Like unless it's like an emergency, that's fine. Like if somebody needed help, I would help them out. Like if it was a real emergency, or if I needed help and if somebody just forced that help on me, like okay, fine. If it's an emergency, I can kind of get past it. But normally even like for Christmas or anything like that, I don't like giving gifts and I don't like receiving them. I always say just don't give me anything. I don't want anything. I work. I have money. Not a lot of it, but I have money, so I don't want anything. If I want something, I'll work for it and I'll pay for it myself and I'll get it for me. Right? That's just how I am. That's just how I am. And given that I know a lot. I've known a lot of people throughout the years, and my buddies, they're like some past friends, or even mostly not really friends because I don't really have friends anymore, but more colleagues now than anything because I don't have friends. So just colleagues. All my colleagues, they're all in relationships and like coworkers and stuff, and I've seen how much they spend on their significant others, whether it's their wives or their girlfriends. And I'm not about that life. I really am not. I'm not one of those that's gonna spend like $600 on just like a Valentine's Day thing or 1,000 plus on Valentine's crap. No, that's not me. No, if I had that much money, I'm gonna save it for an emergency. And if I really had to use it, I'd probably go on a trip somewhere nice instead of just spend it on things. You know what I mean? And that's just like I said, that's just me. That's just me. Everybody has their own likes and their own pleasures and how to, and their own methods of how they use their money, right? But in my case, yeah, like I just don't see myself being, at least when it comes to the type of women that I would be with, I definitely don't want to be with the ones that just like, what do we call it? The social media generation type of women, where like they have to post everything. This isn't just specific to like an age group. It's not. It's a type of woman. Because what I've learned is that the social media woman, she can be 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, any 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, even 60-year-olds. The social media woman has no limit. But it is basically, by my definition, the social media woman it's a type of woman that only wants more bigger and grander things to show off on her social media. For example, Valentine's Day. She wants a new car. She wants an expensive like $30,000 ring or whatever, a $10,000 ring or whatever. She just wants a lot of things so she can show off. Now, it might seem cute on the outside, but realistically, that is a money spender. That is someone who is going to financially drain you. She is going to drive you mad if she hasn't already. She's going to control you in any way she can. And I don't know about y'all fellas, but I'm not one to I don't like being told what to do. Now, if you ask me respectfully, that's a different story. Mutual respect is something different. Like if she were to ask me, like, hey, could you help me out with this? I'll pay you back. Fine, no problem there. Say yes unless in a heartbeat, right? But a lot of, I don't know, and maybe it's because I haven't been in a relationship, so I don't know. So be a little bit forgiving with me. But as far as I know, relationships now aren't really based upon mutual respect anymore. Trust is one thing. I will say that too. But it's like, I feel like it's more about just how mutual respect. Like you gotta respect the other person enough to like, okay, know what to say, what not to say. At least like certain boundaries that you just don't cross. Or like, you're not gonna ask for something ridiculous, like ridiculous and outlandish from them. It's like it's a very big difference when you're like, hey, can I have $1 so I can get this snack, or can I have $5 to get this thing, as opposed to like, hey, get me something that costs like $500 or $600. Very big difference. Very big difference. At least to me. To me, there's a big difference, and I don't know. I'm not a people pleaser. No. I don't know if you saw that. That was. Hold on. Sorry, there was a. Oh man, that came out of nowhere. It was a tornado of dust that just like. I'm gonna have to take a hardcore shower. Uh, that kind of dirt in the air sets my allergies off. Thankfully, I took my allergy meds, but lately they haven't been working so well. So it is what it is. I think my body's probably just getting used to it. Oh well, it is what it is. But what was I gonna say? But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But dreams. In terms of dreams, I feel like it'd be nice. It'd be nice to have a significant other. To have a girlfriend. Eventually, to have a wife. Right. That's kind of the goal. As a very wise man. What? No, not again. As a very wise man once said on a television show, Mr. Ron Swanson. Point is, well, not verbatim, right? This isn't verbatim. Um, if you're not looking to fall in love, then what's the point, right? Exactly, and I agree. It's like if you're not looking to fall in love, what's the point? No point in life, right? You gotta try to fall in love, man. Sadly, I've never fallen in love, at least not yet. I feel like I might have come close to that point in the past, maybe, but that was a very, very long time ago. And ever since then, there hasn't been any woman that's really caught my eye like that. Not for a lack of trying. At least certain years of my life, I did try very hard. Seeing if what was out there and what I could do. In terms of like trying to get their attention and whatnot. Didn't work, nothing worked, and the women that did seem to be interested, I just wanted nothing to do with. Mostly because they weren't women that I saw romantic. Like I just couldn't see them romantically, even though I knew them. Some of them I knew, very well and whatnot, but I couldn't see them as romantic. Like I couldn't see a romantic relationship developing. So that wasn't for me. Uh, like I said, the women that I usually want, they usually aren't interested, and I don't know. Now that I'm a little older, a little bit wiser, you relax, you take a breath in, and you focus a bit more, and you're not in so much of a rush, right? That's one thing I'm finding out about myself. I'm not so much in a rush anymore on doing things, just because what's the point of rushing through it? You usually you make mistakes when you're careless. Not only that, but essentially, life is very short. Regardless if you live 10 years, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, doesn't matter. Life is still short in the grand scheme of things. I want to, as you do with the very delicious food, I want to savor it, I want to savor life. I want to enjoy it, especially, in my opinion, with the ordeal that I went through in the past like 2 years, or year and a half, I should say. With the ordeal that I just went through, one thing I did take from it, the big thing I took from it is that I wanted to, coming out of it, I wanted to um, enjoy life more, enjoy, regardless of where I'm at, whether I'm, you know, where I'm at now, which is like kind of okay. I'm not great, but I'm not horrible. Like I'm okay. Or if I'm rich or if I'm super poor, like I just want to enjoy life to the best of my ability. Obviously, it's never going to be perfect. That's why it's always good to, start dreaming and hoping new things, because you never know, you really never know what's around the next corner. Like I said, one day I was perfectly fine, enjoying life, and the next thing I got sick, and that lasted for almost over a year for sure, and it was fucking hell, and it sucked ass. So you can't, to me, I learned not to take life for granted, because if you do, it's gonna kick you really hard, really, really hard. And you're gonna have some ugly thoughts. I'll tell you that much. You're gonna have some ugly thoughts. You're not gonna feel good. You're not. You're gonna feel horrible. The worst you've ever felt in your life. Probably even worse than what you imagined it to be. But When you make it through, not if, when you make it through, you're going to have a bigger appreciation for mostly health, honestly. Good health, honestly, best thing in the world. I'll take good health over any type of money. I don't care if it's a bajillion dollars. Good health, always number one. Because without that, we're worthless to ourselves. We can't do anything if we're not healthy. You can't enjoy life. You can't enjoy can't savor the flavor of delicious food if you're sick. You can't really rest if you're sick. Your body's in pain. You know, you can't laugh and be genuine if you're always thinking, wow, this hurts, you know? You enjoy to savor life. You enjoy it. You know, so like I said, make new goals. New goals. My new goals is maybe try to find someone to be in a relationship with, at least to get some experience in. There may be a few out there, a couple that I'm looking at here and there that could maybe fit the role. I'm not sure. I'm just over here trying to find interesting women, you know, women that I find interesting, you know, because it's like, yeah, there's some that are pretty, don't get me wrong, but like it's more of a stereotype, but I'm starting to find out it's more true stereotype than anything. But most of the like very, very pretty women, or the very beautiful women by common standards, right? The beautiful women, they're boring as fuck. There's nothing interesting about them. They don't say anything original. They don't have an original thought in their body. They don't have anything interesting to do or to say. They're what I call the social media woman. That's what they are. The only thing they talk about is whatever social media has told them to talk about. What are their favorite things? Whatever women on social media's favorite things are, that's exactly the same. No difference. They're boring. I'm not saying they have to be completely brand new or original, but it's just like they're just boring to me. They really are. That's why I want nothing to do with the social media type of woman. Not unless there's an exception, right? The only exception is if they are original, they are fun, and they do make maybe their own like funny content. Maybe like I could see that working. Like, hey, let's make like little skits or something, funny skits or something. And then like when the camera's off, like, you know, you have fun with each other. You know, you go explore somewhere, or you go, you know, start up a new fucking hobby or something. Start learning how to draw a tree. I have tried for years to learn how to draw a tree. I rarely commit to it though. I've tried before a few times. I'm hoping someday, that's another dream of mine. I'm hoping to be able to draw a tree. Like actually draw a decent tree, like a really good tree. Different kinds of trees, not just one type. Very different kinds. That's a dream of mine. That's been a dream of mine for many years actually. But I just never fully committed to it, so over time, hopefully within the next 10 years, I'll be able to draw a decent tree. Another thing I want to say is, I don't know. Thank you to some of the people that, well, not some, to all of my subscribers for still sticking around. And you know, I know most of you don't even watch my stuff, but the few of you that do, I just know I really appreciate you, and I'm hoping that you continue to, you know, continue to watch if you want, right? But if you do, I'm very grateful for that. When I started this channel back in 2017, I had, you know, I was younger, in my early 20s, starry-eyed, right? Big dreams. I thought I was gonna change the world. Well, not really change the world, but I thought I was gonna change my world. You know, I thought by now I'd already have like a pretty big following, and you know, not the biggest, but like consider exponentially larger than what I have now. And I thought I'd be able to at least like make this more of a career, at least, or if anything, make just some passive income aside from like a main job. But that didn't happen. Nothing went the way I thought it was, and to this day still not going. But I don't have any hopes for this channel anymore. Like in terms of those things, I don't. And I'm just being realistic with y'all. I'm not being pessimistic. That's just realistic. Like I don't believe this channel will ever get popular ever, ever. I don't believe it. My music will never get popular. I know that much. People just don't seem to see it the way I do. Which again, nothing wrong. No good or bad taste. It's just it's not for them, and I understand. Music is personal, right? Some music is not for everybody. You know, some music is just for the person who creates it. And for me, I have this obsession with it, like an actual obsession that I've tried quitting so many times and I can't. I always come back to it. So I finally gave in, and it's like, you know what? Obviously I can't do anything with this. Like I tried and I can't. I've tried for years, most of my life, a good chunk of my life, trying to make something with this, and it just never worked out. So the only way to get rid of like the itching, the desire, right, to create like music and stuff is just create whatever, put it on the channel. Anyway, like I said, this is a dead channel in my opinion. How long will I keep uploading? Honestly, I'm not sure. I was actually going to give up on this channel over quite a while ago, like a long time ago, a few years ago. Like the first thought came like probably during the pandemic, the early 2020s, the very early 2020s. I thought about just stop not making videos anymore and just I don't know, doing something else, but like nothing to do with YouTube, nothing. You know, I'll still watch YouTube, but I just wouldn't post anything anymore. And then that didn't stick. And then a few years ago, I think like 2 or 3 years ago, like two, I think 2 years ago, I also wanted to quit YouTube as well and just not post anything anymore because I just didn't see the reason since I wasn't getting any views really. Like maybe one or two. And and I was just like, what's the point of making content if like nobody fucking watches it? Like it's just like to me as a creator, like yeah, I make it for me, but at the same time, part of me is like, hey, at least like 10 people consistently. If 10 people watch my videos, I'd be fucking happy. Like I'd be like I'd feel like a superstar. But most of the time, you know, you don't really get that kind of response. You know, but I decided to just hold out for a little bit, and I told myself if nothing changes over the next like so and so time, then I'll quit. Like actually